A very good afternoon. Just when you're hoping that technical recognizes that you're drinking water and oops, you're live on air. Good afternoon and thank you so much for tuning in. It is Lifetime Live with me, Crisalda Tutumash, and right now we do Words of Wisdom, and Mr. Veli Ndaba is with us in studio as motivational speaker, author, entrepreneur, life and business coach, and be a creator of your own world. Whatever you see around you and you do nothing about it, depends on what's on that brain, and you are the creator of where you're at right now. Good afternoon and welcome.
Good afternoon, Criselda, and to all the wonderful listeners too. You are the creator of your own beautiful world. And I'd like to start off with what Michelangelo said, one of the greatest painters of all time. He said that I saw the angel in the marble and I carved until I set him free. So it starts with you seeing that angel in your marble being life here. So an angel is that picture that you see in your mind and in your head that you want to make sure that you bring out to life. So now when you talk about creating your own beautiful life, it comes with some steps. And one thing that we need to look at, which is basically the premise of this whole thing, is that you are an architect of your own life. You are a sculptor of this life that you want to create. Now, as an architect is someone who will draw structures and beautiful building plans, house plans, and you name them. And once that plan has been drawn out, it means it has to be handed over to the builders. But there's one thing that is very important during this stage. The plan must be very, very clear, because specificity creates clarity. Because if the plan is not clear, it's going to confuse the builders. And once the plan is clear, it means now you need to identify the builders that must build it. What kind of builders, what types of builders do you need? What kind of experience must they have? And what kind of tools must they have for them to qualify to build this? You can't just go and grab anyone to come and just build this beautiful house of yours. So it means that will help you to decide and to be able to define the kind of skills that you want the builders to have. And then number two, you need to make sure that the place where you're going to build this beautiful house of yours is very nice. You can't just take, your triple-story house and you build it, at deep slot where there are shacks and whatever. It means you are devaluing your house. So it's very important that you need to identify the place and you need to identify the builders that needs to build. And then number three, you need to make sure that you clearly identify that the type of material that you want to use. Are you going to choose the cheap material for this beautiful house? And the material here represents the kind of information that you get, or that you have. And then the information that you also get in life, where do you get it from? Do you just get it from maybe Daily Sun, or do you get it from just magazines? Where do you get this kind of information that will help you build this powerful house, this beautiful house? And then the builders that you have, how do you choose them? What's the criteria? Do you just get anyone who comes to your life and say, I can help you? What is it? What experience does he have? Have you done some reference checks on that person or those people that you have surrounded yourself with? Because that's very important. So it starts with the plan once again. And if your plan is not clear, and if your plan is not actually nicely drawn out, it means the people that will have to build it will actually be very confused. And you'll end up just grabbing anyone who comes. Because in life, you need to be able to decide to say, I want to deal with people who have done this thing before. And then you can interview those people that they've actually been the recipients of this guy's work, of this person's work. Because now you can be able to see that, wow, you guys have earned it. You have actually done this thing before. So now it means you can coach me. You can be able to show me, because you can sit down there and draw out your plan. But sometimes you'll find that during the building phase, there are mistakes that you've made. But if someone is highly experienced at building, he'll be able to say, hey, come on, Criselda, I think here you've actually overlooked this. Let's correct this because it's not too practical. And you say, wow, okay, thank you for the input. And then you change it. And that's why then you had the likes of Jim Rohn, who said, let others lead small lives, but not you. Let others argue over non-essentials, but not you. And let others cry over small hurts, but not you. Always deal in things that matter, things of value, because that's what you want to represent in life. Don't just go and be surrounded by people that are not going to add any value to you and that are not going to be able to challenge you and hold you accountable to your stuff. And also, you don't want to go and just read anything that's not really going to help you develop as a person, because you want to have a good quality material here for this beautiful house that you're building, because you want it to stand the test of time. You want it to be of value so that those generations that are coming, they'll be able to look at this and say, wow, what a house it was built. We can all learn from how to build a house. So that's something that's very important. So to build a house, once again, you need these 4 steps. First of all, you need to have a clearly defined plan. Your plan must be very specific and clear so that those who are building it are not going to be confused. And number 2, you need to make sure that you identify the area that will suit this house so that it will not devalue this house. And then number 3, you want to make sure that you choose the material very well. Because you don't want just to read anything. And then the last one, you want to make sure that you are actually choosing the right builders, because you don't want to surround yourself with people who are confused and people who don't have any understanding of where you're going, because they will help you as much as they can. But if you have not specified in front and say, these are the kinds of people that I want, and then anyone will come. You don't want just to be a magnet of wrong things, but it means it's dependent on the type of plan that you have and what kinds of people that you're going to need. And that's something that's going to lead you to you creating your very beautiful own house.
And we find you at?
I'm available at velindaba.com, and you better catch me there, because you know what? Get Inspired Seminars 2018 on the 10th of November is actually coming to help you, and you better book your seat right away.
And that information is available on your website?
That information is available on my website, definitely.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you very much for coming through. And we're hoping, and I guess as one of the ingredients also, you must believe in that vision, right?
You've got to believe.